Hey guys, welcome to a live stream. Now, I just uploaded a video like 1 hour ago, and thank you guys for tuning in this late. It's like 12:05 a.m. I'm not going to do a massive intro because Bitcoin has been acting pretty significant. I'm just going to pause the stream there. Bitcoin is pumped all the way to $70,400. And basically, what is going on? We had some breaking news about Ethereum literally 2 minutes ago. Actually, it's been a bit more than 2 minutes. And over on the Telegram, I posted the breaking news as soon as it came out. And I literally went into a huge degen long position in Ethereum. So if I share the Telegram chat pretty quickly, as soon as it came out, basically we had Eric Balchunas, one of the, of course, the Bitcoin Bloomberg ETF guys. He shared that, wait a second, Ethereum ETF can be approved. And now upon this news, which nobody was literally expecting, and there's something so funny, which I'll show you in just a second too, I immediately longed Ethereum. So if we have a look at Ethereum, I'm in like 18% profits, but it looks like looking at the Bitcoin chart, we can see a huge shooting star candle. So we do need to be careful on the 15-minute time frame. Now, I'll go into a bunch of different stuff. We'll do a quick AMA session as well. Tomorrow, I have literally a maths exam at 9 a.m. and it's 12 o'clock right now. So I don't know how the hell it's going to happen. But guys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's smash up the like button to as many likes as we can get to. We don't have too many people watching currently because, of course, this was an unprecedented live stream. But let me know, where are you guys tuning in from? And let me know if you're in a long position. And if you want to be trading Bitcoin, it is super volatile right now, but you can go to the description of today's video and join Bitflex to get up to 68K in bonuses and rewards. But what's super interesting is in this video, and I did say for everybody tuning in, we have a shooting star candle, so just be careful. We have Pakistan, we have Philippines, we have Norway. Incredible, guys and girls. Wow, okay, that is completely out of place, the comment section. So let me just fix that very quick. Tommy is tuning in from Norway. We have MotoFit coming in from the Philippines. Anonymous YT from Pakistan. And we were seeing that Bitcoin Man has actually been in a long position since $66,000. Good on you, man. Suratepa is in a 7x long position. Sondre is also from Norway. We have a lot of people from Scandinavia joining in. We also have a New York hodler. That is incredible. Alexander is tuning in from Russia with love. Wall Street Kids is coming in from Hamburg, Germany. And yeah, we have basically people from everywhere across the world. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And let's get the likes to 50. We're 3 likes away from 50. That would be incredible. Now, in this video, I was saying that I'm going all in into Bitcoin. This was when we were at 68.3K. We had the bullish confirmation here on Consensio, which is the 3 and 10 moving average. Of course, we called this like even further before. If you go to my channel, we talked about this, and I was getting so much hate in the comments for some reason. 4 days ago, I mentioned that I'm going all in into Bitcoin. And, you know, we can go into the comments, and people were mocking me for doing that and saying that I was going all in. But hey, it's working out pretty fine right now. So we kind of called the prediction, we kind of called the move. We said that Bitcoin is forming an ascending bull flag and will likely have a break towards the upside. And now that we've broken out of this resistance box, this orange resistance box, it's likely that Bitcoin will go ahead and create new all-time highs. And we tried to do that. I mean, Bitcoin went all the way up to 70.7K. We did incredibly well on our Bitflex long position. And by the way, we've been in this long position. Let me find the video. We entered, our first entry was when I came back from Japan, and that was like February 2nd or something. So that was when we entered Bitcoin, 43K, right before we had the huge, massive, incredible move towards the upside. It was literally right there. That's where we longed Bitcoin. And we've been in this position ever since. It's the 10K trading challenge. And we've basically already made 10% of that 10K. And I also opened an Ethereum long position, which we've also made an extra 165 USDT from. Not too bad for a $10,000 trading challenge. And apart from this, we also have bought Bitcoin historically on this channel on spot at some pretty ridiculous prices. And this is spot Bitcoin USDT. My orders aren't showing up. That's strange. But we did buy Bitcoin at like 27K, etc. So massive congrats if you've been watching the channel for a long time. And again, if you are looking for a place to be trading Bitcoin, you can do so using the link in the description down below to get up to 68K in rewards. And now we have a pretty cool campaign with Bitflex where you can basically get double the money you deposit, which is not too shabby. You can check all the terms and conditions down below. But basically, we've been long Bitcoin ever since, wow, it's been a while. When did I come back from Japan? So I came back from Japan somewhere here. This is January. And it must have been here somewhere. Like it's one of these videos where I came back from Japan and we longed Bitcoin. But anyways, Bitcoin went up drastically, but what went up even crazier was Ethereum. Now, this is so funny. And by the way, I'm going to check the chat in just a second. We smashed 50 likes. Thank you guys so much. Let me know. Okay, so people are asking, why the hell did the price go up so much all of a sudden? Well, if we're talking about Bitcoin, I'll get into Ethereum, which is the big kind of thing of today. It's the fact that we broke out of this ascending bull flag, but we need to be careful because the people that have been watching this channel for a long time will know 69K is pretty damn important resistance. So Bitcoin will probably face some important resistance here. We are doing so right now. Again, shooting star candle, 15-minute time frame, not a great sign, but of course not confirmed yet. We can see multiple tests here to 70K specifically. So Bitcoin is going to struggle to have a break towards the upside. But when we do, I honestly think the next target for Bitcoin is going to be 71.2K. And 71.2K, we will most likely consolidate for some time. But we mentioned if we break out from here, Bitcoin will go parabolic. We also talked about Consensio. We talked about the stochastic RSI flipping bullish. We had the breakout from the falling wedge. Like Bitcoin cannot look any better. If you want to find out more about this chart after the live stream, go ahead and watch my latest video because this chart is going to blow your mind away. We have Consensio. I went all in onto Bitcoin when we were surpassing just 65K-ish. That's when I went all in into Bitcoin. Parabola is still holding up. USDT dominance is it's going to capitulate eventually, and all money is going to go into Bitcoin. And Solana is also leading the run. So I didn't buy Solana for the 10K trading challenge, but if you go to the Telegram community, when Solana, so Solana right now is $184 in the Telegram. So if I switch here, just give me a second. On the Telegram community, I mentioned Solana would likely continue and break towards the upside. We have a huge, incredible inverse head and shoulders pattern that would reverse the price of Solana pretty drastically. So here, I gave this chart when Solana was $166. That's why you definitely need to be in this group chat. It's absolutely for free. You can join using the link in the description down below. I share my analysis when I can't make a video, and it's super, super beneficial. But Solana will likely have a little bit of a correction here. In the video, I mentioned exactly $184, and probably we will get rejected in price action. But wow, we went all the way up to 188. That is pretty crazy. I mean, Bitcoin breaking bullish a lot faster than I anticipated. But the thing that's shocking everyone is Ethereum, because Ethereum went absolutely parabolic. Like Ethereum, in the past 15 to 30 minutes, we've been skyrocketing. It's much more than what Bitcoin has been doing. We went up 10% in a matter of just like 30 minutes. And what is the reason? The reason is pretty... it's pretty funny because, well, if we go back to Brave, we can see here on Twitter, this is the tweet. So from Eric Balchunas, this is the tweet that kind of shook everyone. Eric said that update, James Seyfarth and I are increasing. James Seyfarth, by the way, we had on the channel twice. He talked about Ethereum ETFs here, and he also talked about it on Friday too. What a legend. Super happy to have him on this video. I will get to that later, but on this tweet, Eric says, update, James Seyfarth and I are increasing our odds of the spot Ether ETF approval to 75%, up from 25%. Hearing chatter this afternoon that the SEC could be doing a 180 on this, increasingly political issue. So now everyone's scrambling like us. Everyone else assumed they'd be denied. See Nate's tweet below for probably order of events. But again, we capping at 75% until we see more, e.g. filing updates. So the long position I went into was a bit of a degen one because, of course, it's not confirmed that the Ethereum ETFs are going to be approved. But James is saying that he expects many approvals to be coming in next week. So this is the tweet from Nate. SEC decision deadline this week on spot Ether ETFs. SEC must approve both the 19B4s, exchange rule changes, and S1s, registration statements for ETFs to launch. Technically possible for SEC to approve 19B4s and then slowly play S1s, especially given reported lack of engagement here. So it's pretty damn interesting that they just suddenly flipped all of a sudden. We can see that James Seyfarth, and I'm proud that he follows me. That's pretty cool. So Eleanor Terradam. So this is all the Bitcoin ETF gang. We have James, Eleanor, and we have Nate Garassi, and of course we have James Seyfarth. These four people, if you don't follow them and have notifications on Twitter right now, I recommend you do it ASAP because that is where you're going to get the top information, the best information as quick as possible. So new, an issuer source tells me regarding the spot Ethereum ETF development, things are evolving in real time. A 200% odds increase from Bloomberg. Of course, this is what we just looked into. Pretty damn crazy. We can go to James. And what James shared here was that, so people are like, are you guys hacked? No, neither I nor Eric has been hacked. Confirmed that we're not crazy. That's funny. So things are taking a turn for the better on spot ETF, Ethereum ETF approvals this week, upping our odds to 75%. Never going to hear the end of this from the .eth people in my replies if this turns out to be true, but it's what we've been hearing from multiple sources. Should we see a bunch of filings? He says we should see a bunch of filings over the coming days if we're correct. Now, this is pretty crazy because I just posted an hour ago, basically the highlights from the interview I did with James Seyfarth on Friday. And the headline kind of post of this tweet was that James Seyfarth believes that the SEC is not learning from the Bitcoin ETFs. Hence, an approval for Ethereum is unlikely. But it's not his fault. Obviously, it's not his fault at all. It's just things change like this in the ETF game, in the Bitcoin game. Things can be different. So it is what it is. But I'm going to jump back into the comment section to see what you guys are doing. We're doing pretty well on the $10,000 trading challenge. If you want to join the challenge, then you can do so by signing up to Bitflex and get up to 68K worth in rewards once you sign up. But let me go and check the chat and see what you guys are up to. We're one like away from 100 likes. That would be incredible. If we can reach 100 likes, that would mean the world. And there we go. We have done it. So thank you guys. You are absolutely incredible. We have 400 people almost watching the stream. Share it with your friends, leave a like, and let's get as many people as possible because this is some pretty damn important information. If you have any questions, I'm going to do a quick AMA for the next 2 minutes. So I'm going to be checking your chats and we can do some TA on other things too. Okay, so Castor was able to long Ethereum. That is absolutely fantastic, Castor. Super happy that you were able to do that. But hold on, my comment section disappeared. There we go. Okay, so let's look at what you guys are doing here. But my comment section is lagging. That is not nice. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And let's get into Bitcoin. I want to share the price of Bitcoin to see what Bitcoin is doing here because that's Ethereum. Ethereum is absolutely skyrocketing compared to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin isn't doing too shabby either. We have our levels. We have the shooting star candle, potential short-term reversal. But, if we have a look at the VPVR, not much volume up there currently. But if we zoom out a little, that problem should be solved. Yes, there is a lot of volume, and the upper bound of volume resistance is, of course, going to be at the all-time high. Where we are right now is definitely some important level of resistance. Okay, so Just Relaxing was able to long Bitcoin from 59K. We mentioned 59K, the importance of it. Congrats, Just Relaxing. That is absolutely fantastic. You guys are absolutely awesome. We have some people tuning in from Lithuania. That's crazy. Lithuania, damn, I really want to travel the world. Like, we have such a cool, diverse community. Maybe let me know in the description or in the chat section, actually, where you guys want me to be traveling, because I'd love to go and meet your home country and maybe even meet you guys there. That would be fantastic. Wow, people are just tuning in from everywhere around the world. Uh, okay, cool. Let's do some more Bitcoin analysis. We're up to 400 people on the stream. That is incredible. And for the people just tuning in, the reason why everything is going ballistic, specifically Ethereum, is because the odds for an actual Ethereum spot ETF went up from like 25% all the way to 75%, which is damn interesting. Nobody expected this. That's why the markets are reacting pretty heavily towards the upside. And I went into like a degen long position as soon as I heard the news, and that was at like $3,350. It's so funny. It's 12 a.m. here, 12:20 a.m. I have an exam in like 8 hours, and I'm probably not going to end up sleeping because I still need to revise. I've not revised yet. If my parents are watching, game over. So I'll probably continue streaming until we continue. If we see some more price action, we'll go through a couple of more news. And I was just about to leave. My dad called me on Zoom. So I sat down for another 10 minutes. I checked my phone. I see that this crazy Ethereum news came out. So I just went into a degen long position at like 3,350, 10x blind position, $1,000, and wanted to see what the hell is happening. But let's go ahead and check the latest news, because there's been so much stuff that's been happening. I made a full TA video, but I didn't actually get a chance to go through news. So for all of you wondering, and if we can get the likes to 150, that would be incredible. For all of you wondering how I actually do my analysis on a daily basis, I think a lot of people are wondering this, because, when I first started and I was watching YouTubers, I wanted to learn myself, okay, how do people actually conduct analysis? Well, the TA I can get to in a second, but the way that I do the fundamental analysis, which is gathering the news source and the how I was able to long Ethereum when we were breaking towards the upside, because I got the latest information, and that's kind of the key thing when you're trading. You need to find the best people on Twitter. Like, Twitter is a huge source that if you follow the right people, turn on the notifications, then in your notifications feed, you can like keep it as a tab open on one of your screens, and then you will get access to the latest information. I would definitely do that. So this is kind of how I compile my own news. And I get the latest and the best news. So we can see that a quick note: Eric Balchunas and I increased odds to 75% for spot Ethereum ETF approvals, but that's not for the 19 before May 23rd deadline. We also need S1 approvals. Okay, so more breaking news. That said, if we're correct and we see these theoretical approvals later this week, it should mean that S1 approvals are a matter of when, not if. Okay, so remember, if we go back to the Bitcoin ETF saga, them getting approved doesn't mean they're going to get launched. For sure, them getting approved should be good for the price action. And, we've been talking about this for ages. Like, if Ethereum ETFs get approved, regardless, they will continue pushing towards the upside. So I think the game plan here with Ethereum is likely the price action will continue pushing upwards. Okay, so we will probably see the Ethereum price action continue pushing upwards going into the approval. Hopefully, if we do see the approval, of course, otherwise it would be a total sham. But as soon as we get the approval, I think we can skyrocket all the way to $3,700. And then, it's going to be a time of buy the rumor, sell the news type situation, because here, right, this is when Bitcoin was pumping astronomically leading up to the actual Bitcoin spot ETF launch. So we got the first kind of news that the Ethereum spot ETFs were going to be coming to the market here on the 12th of June. And then from the 12th of June all the way to the actual launch of the ETF, Bitcoin skyrocketed, right? And on the day of the actual launch, we had some pretty crazy volatility. But after the actual launch itself, Bitcoin had a sell the news event, dumping us by approximately 20-ish% from this crazy wick towards the upside. So I think the same kind of situation could be happening here for Ethereum. So leading up to the approval, we will probably pump astronomically, right? But after the launch itself, then we can expect a huge sell the news event. And until that point in time, which is still far away because the approvals could come in, the actual launch will take time. Then until that point, I'm not going to close my Ethereum long position. And I'm super happy that I was able to open one actually. It was a complete gamble, but hey, looking good. So that's the latest information with the Ethereum spot ETF. So we can continue going on and see what's happening. By the way, in terms of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, we should be seeing some pretty crazy inflows coming in either tomorrow or the day after, because remember, the ETFs operate on a T+1 and a T+2 standard. And this means that after we see some certain price action, a day or two later, it's reflected on the Bitcoin ETF flows. So if we go to the Bitcoin ETFs here, yesterday we actually on Friday we had $221 million of inflows. Grayscale is buying again. Like everything, all the narratives possible are super bullish. And in my all-in Bitcoin video, I've been talking about 4 days ago why I'm so damn bullish on Bitcoin. And if you listen, congratulations, because everything possible is like every single news information, every single fundamental information, technical analysis included, they're all showing like good positive signs. So there's no reason for Bitcoin to dump here. And ETFs, they will likely be having a large inflow number either on so Tuesday night, which would be in like 24 hours or just over 24 hours. And Wednesday. So Wednesday and Tuesday, we should be seeing pretty large amount of Bitcoin inflows to the ETFs. Cool. So let's continue going on and see what is new in the market. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for 500 viewers now. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes. That would be incredible. Javier is saying he will get destroyed if you short ETH now. Well, look, I think it's super volatile. If you did not catch that Ethereum long position a couple of minutes ago, then it could be a little bit late. I mean, if you really wanted to, it's really a degen gamble here at this point, if you want my honest opinion. Of course, it's just my opinion only. Always come to your own conclusion, but it is a bit of a gamble at this point in time. So I'm just going through the breaking news now. I've not looked at the breaking news in a while. And if we can find something, like this is how I compile my research for every single video, basically. I just go through here, find the research, and then do some analysis on it and bring it to you guys over on YouTube. But, you know, let's have a look at Bitcoin, because people are asking questions about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin dominance. When is the altcoin season actually arriving? And that's a very good question, because if we do have a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, Bitcoin dominance, if you're a part of the Moon Show and you watch the Moon Show, you know the joke about the dominance between me and Carl. And let me know by the way, Carl wanted to join the stream. Maybe I can invite him on and see if Carl would like to join. That would be pretty cool, actually, to have Carl on the live show. James James just texted me. Oh no, he's oh no, we got to take a look at this. James just texted me. I'm not going to show you the text itself, but he kind of replied here saying that this aged poorly. Oh no, that's okay, LMO. It is what it is. I will text him. I will text him. It's okay. He texted me saying, let me read you the text, actually. That's pretty funny. Well, my Ethereum ETF take aged poorly, lol. It is what it is. I'm just going to tell him, don't worry, man. It happens. It's okay. Maybe we can get James live. Do you think we can get James live to the stream? That would be pretty cool if we could get James Safart. So give me a second. Maybe I can bring James Safart, the single person that basically pumped Ethereum to the moon. Maybe I can bring him to the live show and we can get some of his latest takes. That would be pretty cool. I'm just texting him right now, so give me a second. In the meantime, I'll check the chat section. But if we can get James Safart to the stream, that would be pretty damn insane. So leave a like. Let me know in the comments, would you like to see James Safart? And if we do bring him to the stream, what question would you ask him? So I'm just texting him right now. Give me just like 30 seconds. I'm telling him it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What it is, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yes. Let me see. Let me see if on a live. By the way, doing a live right now. Doing a live right now. Would you like to join? And give the latest updates. So that would be pretty sick if we can get James on. But we're doing live right now. Would you like to join and give the latest updates? Cool. So I'm going to keep an eye on between the chat with James. If he replies, then it should all be good. I have a feeling he will join. I have a feeling that he will definitely join. And then we can understand if he's bullish on Ethereum, if he's not bullish on Ethereum. That would be pretty sick. So I'm checking the comment section. Okay, people also want Carl. Let me check if Carl would be down to join too. And then we should have a pretty damn good live show. So yeah, Ethereum is going to the moon. While we wait for James's reply, this is so... Look, I'll play the video. I'm not sure if the mixer is going to be able to output it, but here he basically said that the chance of an approval for an Ethereum ETF is unlikely, and that in 2025 is when we will probably get an Ethereum ETF. But, you know, that's kind of not aging too greatly. It's funny because what he said before also didn't age pretty well. Maybe we should not have, maybe we shouldn't have James on the show because it kind of has an inverse effect on my channel. Oh man, that's okay. That is okay. But I'm excited. I'm excited that Bitcoin is basically at $70,000. Ethereum is pumping to the moon. We can do some technical analysis. And God, I have a math exam in like 7.5 hours. I'm so screwed. But it is what it is. So Bitcoin is having a bit of a reversal from this resistance line that we drew just a few minutes ago on the show here. And we were forming a shooting star candle on the 15-minute time frame for Bitcoin. So we could be potentially reversing back down. If we do in the short term, then we can expect Bitcoin to come and test 68.6. But honestly speaking, everything in the macro is looking super, super bullish. So I wouldn't be too concerned. But Solana and Ethereum are taking the entire game here. We mentioned Solana a couple of days ago. We talked about the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So everything is looking incredible. Massive, massive congrats to the entire Crypto Kids community that have been watching the videos, that have been in the Telegram community, because we did so much together. I shared a lot of analysis. So massive congrats. And if you're not subscribed, then subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notifications because you do not want to miss out on these time-sensitive videos. Okay, so let's have a look at Bitcoin and let's perform some analysis. I'm still waiting on a reply from James. If he's able to get back, of course, that would be pretty incredible. And to make sure that I don't miss him, I'm going to just unplug my phone and put it right here. So if he does join, then we can get him on straight away. Okay, there we go. So now I can track the messages coming to my phone. And if he replies, then we should be able to see it, no problem. So if I do that, give me a second, and then boom, there we go. Okay, so if we get any reply from James, we will see it here, and I can send him a link to join the live show. That would be pretty cool. All right, so let's do some Bitcoin analysis, and then I'll get into any altcoins that you guys want me to look at. So first thing is first, Bitcoin was forming this falling wedge pattern. We talked about it so many times on the channel. I mentioned that, look, on the macro, everything is great. We have the stochastic RSI crossover on the weekly time frame. And the last time, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin had this bullish stochastic crossover was literally, and this is in the over or underbought region, so the oversold region below 20 line was literally when Bitcoin was at 26K. So we have a incredible buy signal forming for Bitcoin specifically. The last time we had the stochastic RSI crossing over in the oversold region was at 26K. And ever since then, Bitcoin is pretty much up an astronomical amount of 168,000, 68%. And the time before, you won't believe it, but it was literally at the Bitcoin bottom when Bitcoin was trading at $17,000. So in terms of a trading strategy, I would definitely check it out. Like, it's the stochastic RSI, the easiest thing in the world. Stochastic RSI, you go to indicators, search stochastic RSI, and boom, that's the one. You add it to your chart. You go to Bitcoin, weekly time frame, and just wait for a crossover. I mean, it's pretty accurate. We had a bearish crossover here. So that was also pretty accurate indeed. But I think the bullish crossovers work a bit more nicely compared to the bearish crossovers. So the bullish ones are a bit better. If you're using the stochastic RSI, I would stick to the bullish crossovers for Bitcoin, personally speaking. But Consensio had a beautiful bullish crossover. I mentioned that as soon as the 3 and 7 period moving averages or the 3 and 10 SMAs cross into each other, I'm going all in on Bitcoin. And now we also printed a parabolic SAR buy, which is fantastic. I mean, if we can close this candle like so in the next 3 days and 4 hours, I mean, Bitcoin will likely go back to all-time highs. And yeah, that would be super, super exciting. S&P 500, we're kind of breaking correlation with the S&P, but remember, Bitcoin also perfectly retested the 21 EMA on the weekly time frame, and then we saw a late bounce. So if the stock market corrects here, then Bitcoin will have a lagging correction. That is from my analysis, but I think S&P is in the final Elliott wave, and then after that, we will likely have a huge recession. It's so funny. I was in economics class today, and I was learning quantitative easing. So in economics, in the course I do, they teach you a lot of Keynesian economics in school. It's really nothing too useful. But by the way, we smashed 200 likes. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Let's get to 250. That would be incredible. So let's have a look at the Bitcoin price. And in the meantime, I'll tell you a funny story that does link into Bitcoin pretty importantly. So in economics class, they were like, okay, when there is tough financial conditions, when we enter a recession, the central bank or the Federal Reserve, they issue more bonds, or the government issues more bonds. And the central bank purchases these bonds. Well, they don't say you create debt, but they buy the bonds, then the value of the bonds go up, and they reduce interest rates so that people can borrow money and the economy is stimulated and everything should be perfect. That's literally how they explain quantitative easing. And I was like, hold on a second, class. Well, so what happens when they just create these bonds to pay off their debt? They're just printing money out of thin air. So it's not that easy. You're just, building up debt that will eventually explode in the macro. And if we have a look at the United States debt, which I've not checked in a while, last time I checked, it was at like $36 trillion. $36 trillion. Let's see if that has changed for hopefully the better. Oh, wow. Okay. It is US debt clock is looking weird. I think I have a blocker on. That's probably why it's acting weird. But we're at 34.7 trillion. So we're still going up pretty much exponentially. That is not a great thing at all. And we have so many different economic factors that are not great. It's all pointing towards a recession. And, 1 in 5 Americans are skipping meals per day because they cannot sustain their lives. There is an all-time high number of people that have taken up 2 jobs at the same time to sustain themselves. I mean, all of these things are terribly bearish. And let's see that, wow, Ethereum is exploding. Let's switch to Ethereum. If I go to Brave, unbelievable. Wow. Okay, now I'm just We've doubled the profits on this Ethereum position. We've doubled the profits on this Ethereum position in the last 2 minutes. That's pretty crazy. So basically the story with the Ethereum position, and for everybody that's just joining in now, we had breaking news. So if I check notifications and see if there is any breaking news from James's side, no. But yeah, Ethereum has broken $3,500. We're not seeing... This is pretty cool. Bitcoin ETF issuer Grayscale hires Goldman Sachs executive Peter Mintzberg as new CEO. Of course, nothing to do with Ethereum specifically, but I guess there is no new update from James Seyfarth in particular, and I'm still waiting for him to reply to my DM so that we can add him to the show, hopefully. But Ethereum is skyrocketing. For those of you that don't know, Bloomberg Brothers, they're basically controlling the entire market now. That's that's a lot of power to have. They said that they upped their odds of an Ethereum spot ETF getting approved next week from 25% up to 75%. So I was on a call with my dad. I was about to leave the office because it's like 1 a.m. now. And then I checked my phone. Thanks to him, he called me. And by the way, 50% of the profits from this position are going to my dad. I just opened an Ethereum position at 3.3K. Huge gamble. I posted it on the Telegram community, and we've been in it since. This is the $10,000 trading challenge. If you want to trade Bitcoin and other cryptos, then you can do so over on Bitflex to get up to, and actually 68K. bonus and rewards. So that's pretty cool if you're looking for a place to be trading and if you want to follow along with the 10K trading challenge. So Ethereum is shooting up. Our next level of important resistance is lying at 3.6K. So that is kind of the next target I have for Ethereum. Am I going to put a take profit on this position? Well, if I'm a smart trader, I should technically be doing that. But honestly, I have no clue how much further we can go up if the Ethereum ETF does get approved. So what I'll do is I will just put my stop loss to break even. And if you are in any Ethereum positions, then of course, I'm not your financial advisor at all, but I will be putting my personal stop loss to break even because it is super volatile. If they do not get approved, then the markets will absolutely tank. So I entered at 3.326. I will add my stop loss to 3,326. So I will not be losing any money on this position. In fact, I'll do 30 and we'll make even make some cash as well at the same time. So there we go, confirm, stop loss set to break even. So we will not be losing money on this position, and that is the most important thing. But in the meantime, let's have a look at Bitcoin. If we have a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is seeing a slight correction here on the 15-minute time frame. We're also up on our Bitcoin position at the same time. We had this shooting star candle I mentioned on the start of the stream. So if Bitcoin is also having a small pullback, which is expected. I mean, it's okay to have a small pullback on Ethereum, on Bitcoin specifically. Let's just, the macro kind of technical analysis is still on our side, and it's looking pretty damn bullish. Now, let me know. Are you guys in an Ethereum position? Are you guys in a Bitcoin position? I will let me know in the comment section, and then I'll get into some of your altcoins if you want me to analyze some of your altcoins. If you have any questions about the crypto space in particular, I'd also love to answer those while we're in a crypto live stream. What camera do I use? I use the Sony A600, something like this. I think that is the A600. I'm just checking your chats, and I'm checking the DMs I have with James Safard at the same time. Hopefully he joins. I mean, that would be pretty sick to have James on the show. Okay, so GameGBT Bitcoin. We did Bitcoin. I also posted a full Bitcoin analysis video that you can watch after the stream is over. Ethereum will get approved and BlackRock will get what they want. Well, the thing is, right, we know that BlackRock and all the other ETF issuers are making so much money from the Bitcoin ETF. So obviously they will obviously want to have an Ethereum ETF because there's clearly demand. So who would say no to free money, right? MotoFit is in a long position for Ethereum since $3,033. That is fantastic, Moto. I hope it goes well for you. I went in a lot later. Okay, so wow, a lot of people are in ETH long positions. SEC don't want it to get approved. Of course not. Of course they do not want it to get approved. Of course they don't want it to get approved. Thoughts on HBAR? Honestly, I've never looked at HBAR. I will do my due diligence on HBAR and let you know. Infinite supply of Ethereum, though. This, I don't agree. So actually, this is a pretty good question. I came across an interesting on-chain analysis chart that talked about Ethereum supply. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's pretty bullish for Ethereum. Basically, Ethereum supply is decreasing. It's a deflationary supply. So I think Ethereum, they're doing something with their supply dynamics, and that overall is a pretty bullish thing, actually. Solana position. Solana position is on my personal account, which I don't have here, but I am holding Solana. I bought it on the spot account at approximately $166. So I am very happy with Solana currently. Wow, we had a super chat. I'm going to check the super chat. We're also doing a small AMA here. Okay, I have no clue what you mean by that. That's tech. That is, I didn't understand that. I'm sorry. I'm not on a beach. I'm in an office. I'm not in the US. I'm in Dubai. Adrian Miller tuning in from the UK. We have, oh wow, okay, these are old comments. I need to scroll down to see the newest comments. Pepe. You know what? Meme coin season kind of went back in. Meme coin season was a trend again because of the whole GameStop situation. It was pretty crazy. Do you guys hold any GameStop? I mean, it just pumped to the moon and then it dumped back down to zero. So I kind of missed the train on GameStop. ARK Invest removed staking from their application. Interesting. Is that for Ethereum or is that for something else? Would be good to know. If I do that, there we go. Okay, there's the comments are malfunctioning. Okay, I need to fix that. There we go. If I do this and there we go. Hopefully that works with the comments because they were malfunctioning a second ago. But going to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is getting a rejection here. We're down to 69.5K. Of course, it's not a huge rejection. It is definitely okay. We're waiting for James Safard. It would be incredible to get James's thoughts. So I texted him. Let's see if he replies back, but I'm sure he's very, very busy right now. He replied to our tweet, the tweet I posted of him saying that the Ethereum spot ETF will likely not get approved. He said that this did not age well at all. Hey, but it is what it is. Like things change very quickly in this industry, and we need to be adapting to it pretty fast. And let's check, by the way, before we go into the price of Bitcoin again. Let's see if there's any breaking news since we last checked, but no, there is absolutely no breaking news. Okay, the SEC, there is. SEC asks exchanges to update 19B4 filings on an accelerated basis for spot Ethereum ETFs. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's happening. I think it is happening. Tier 10K shared it. Fastest. You know what? I'm going to follow and I'm going to turn on notifications because we want to know where this guy is getting his information from. So this is the article. Let's have a read. Ethereum ETF's filing process sees abrupt progress through approval, not guaranteed sources. Okay, let's have a read of this article. It should be pretty interesting. Okay, the exchanges. So this is breaking news, by the way. This breaking news is that the SEC is asking for updated 19B4s. And if we go back to the timeline and compare the timeline between the Bitcoin ETF approvals and, of course, you know what's going on now, we have 19B4s that need to be approved. After they get approved, then the S1s get approved, and then they basically are go for launch. So we need 19B4, we need S1 filing, and then we are go for launch. So currently, 19B4 is usually the first one, and then we have the S1. So the SEC is asking for exchanges to submit updated 19B4 filings, and it is. So basis by US, 3 people from there told Coindesk suggesting that they may be moving to approve these applications ahead of a key deadline this Thursday. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday, they're going to be huge days for Ethereum specifically. But it's important to know that that doesn't mean the ETFs will be authorized. Would-be issuers also need their S1 applications, like I mentioned, approved before the products could begin trading. SEC could make an indefinite amount of time to approve the S1 document. So even though the 19B4s can be approved next week, the SEC can take a year to approve the S1 filings. It doesn't really mean much. And that's pretty much it. So all we know is there's a sudden shock in the SEC. People want to approve the Ethereum ETFs out of nowhere, where they didn't want to beforehand. So I think there's some pressure. I mean, it's pure speculation, of course, but there could be pressure from BlackRock specifically. There could be pressure from the other ETF issuers because we've seen an Ethereum ETF application by BlackRock, right? And BlackRock controls everyone. So if BlackRock wants something done, then it will be done. But in the meantime, Bitcoin is seeing a drop. Now, if you watch the first few seconds of the stream, literally going into the first few seconds, I talked about the shooting star candle forming on the Bitcoin 15-minute chart, and that is playing pretty much to plan. So congrats. Right, we talked about this when we started the stream. But Bitcoin is having a correction from the 70.7K level, now down to 69.2K. The question is, how far will Bitcoin reverse? Now, we mentioned also somewhere in the start of the stream that 68.6 will likely be the target that I'm looking at for Bitcoin specifically, and then we'll see how we act from there. Now, we had a bearish divergence, and thankfully, the bearish divergence got invalidated, so that is another bullish sign for Bitcoin because there was a bearish divergence forming on the 4-hourly time frame. But ladies and gentlemen, thankfully that has disappeared. Volume, there is good volume. Volume predicts price. That's another good thing. We have bullish volume. And generally speaking, volume predicts price. It's a fundamental technical analysis rule that if you have volume coming in, then usually that will also predict the price. If it's bullish volume, then you will usually have a bullish price movement up towards the upside. And if you have bearish price movement here, like we had back in April of this year, then it's likely that the price will continue dumping towards the downside. So volume predicts price for a trader. That is one of the most important quotes that you should keep in mind, because you will probably use it a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for 260 likes, by the way. You are absolutely fantastic. It is 12:49 a.m. I have an exam in 8 hours, a math exam that I'm not prepared for. So if you do appreciate this untimely stream from my side, then make sure to destroy the like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because yes, it is going to cost me a math exam. But hey, that's okay. That is okay. Das ist gut. Das ist gut. We're in the Bitcoin parabola. Bitcoin parabola, let's talk about it because it's important. We have it in every single goddamn cycle. Every single goddamn cycle. Wow, we just smashed 280 likes. You guys are fantastic. I should use that kind of guilt trapping thing more often then. 290. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Jokes aside. Thank you. Love you all. We can see on the monthly time frame that Bitcoin has, in these halving cycles, right? Every single halving cycle, Bitcoin enters a parabola. Now, in terms of a textbook definition for a parabola, usually it's consisted of four different bases, okay? So you have base one, which if we draw it out right now, we can see that in this case, this here would be base one. Base one, base two, base three, and base 4. So it's literally as textbook as it gets. In this current situation, the current parabola we have, as textbook as you can literally get, right? And after base 4, you usually have one more leg towards the upside. That is why I've been saying, look, S&P, we have a strong correlation. We're expecting a final Elliott wave move towards the upside. Bitcoin in its parabola, one more leg up. And the question is, when will or where will the target be for that Bitcoin upside movement? Now, the annoying situation is, you could say it's annoying, but of course it is very much bullish at the same time. Whenever Bitcoin breaks a prior all-time high, so you can see here, if we go to the monthly time frame, whenever Bitcoin breaks a prior all-time high, we go higher regardless. Like there's been not one singular situation where after breaking a Bitcoin all-time high, we have not gone at some point above it, right? So every single goddamn cycle, Bitcoin surpasses prior all-time highs and we end up going higher. That's just the inevitable fact. I am personally very confident that it will happen again. The question is, what will be the target? And to measure that, we can look at how much Bitcoin has increased over history after breaking the prior all-time high. So in 2011, to the next kind of top for Bitcoin, we went up 7,000%. From 2013 all the way up to 2017, Bitcoin has went up 1,100%. So initially, or in hindsight, that is obviously an 8x less amount of an increase of a price movement towards the upside. So we've already gone down by 8 times. Now look, from 2017 to 2021, we see a 361% price move. So from that point onwards, then you're dividing by basically 4, right? So you're dividing by 4 again. So 8, 4, and if we follow that kind of theory, if we divide again, then it would be a division by 2. So, out of full speculation, we could see the price of Bitcoin go up approximately 170, 160% from here. So if we do say that, 160% price move would take Bitcoin to $160,000. I mean, that is pretty bullish, but it is diminishing returns. Even though that's the case, that is still another 165% move towards the upside. So don't lose sight when trading Bitcoin, because every single goddamn time when Bitcoin surpasses an all-time high, we go higher inevitably. Like that is the inevitable truth that Bitcoin ends up doing. So I wouldn't be expecting anything different this time around. The only thing different that I'm expecting is that the bull market will probably finish earlier than everybody expected. So everybody's expecting, the bull market technically to finish in like Q3 of 2025. I think we will finish it by Q1 or Q4 of 2024. And then the bear market we have superseding it should be massive. Like massive meaning, I think 47K would be the bottom of the following bear market. That is what I personally expect. Now, the way that Bitcoin can escape from that diminishing returns and be limited to 165%, right? If we want to go to that $1 million mark, we need two things. Number one, the USDT dominance to collapse, which is happening right now. And number two, the value of the US dollar should go to zero. Basically, that is the way that Bitcoin can go to $1 million, because Bitcoin and the dollar are inversely correlated. And with the amount of debt that is piling up, I think that will happen at some point. You know, if I just quickly search this, because I kind of just thought of this on the spot. Let me have a look at the changing world order. So I don't know if you read this book. If you haven't, read it. It's by Ray Dalio, right? The very famous hedge fund manager. Changing world order. So if we go here, there's a concept that every so amount of years, there is a change in the power country. So there's a power country that eventually is the top of the world that controls most things. And then eventually there's kind of a curve where another country takes over and their currency becomes the world reserve currency. So I'm going to relate this all into Bitcoin. Don't go anywhere. We're at 760 people. Let's smash up the likes. You guys are fantastic. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we called the Bitcoin move just a couple of hours ago, and you do not want to miss out on those time-sensitive Bitcoin updates. So this is the book, okay? This is the changing world order. Now we can see that initially we had the Dutch Empire, right? And these kind of world orders usually take place for approximately 200 to 300 years. So for a period of approximately 300 years, we had the Dutch Empire being number one. And then eventually there was a transition with the British Empire, right? You have education increasing, you have more employment, you have, money flowing into the country, et cetera, et cetera. Then you go to the peak, right? At the peak, that's when you have the biggest bull market ever. Everything is looking incredible, but eventually your society begins to decline. You enter debt piles up, because everybody follows, unfortunately, Keynesian economics. Nobody has hard money backing stuff up. You decline, and then a next world power takes place. So here you can see that the US is actually falling, but the interesting thing here is the Chinese economy is not doing good also. So technically, China should be the rising power, but I personally think that this changing world order schematic is broken, because the Chinese markets are also not doing well. We're not seeing a strong Chinese market either. So yes, the US is doing bad, but compared to everybody else in the world, they're doing better. That is the simple reason why we're not in a recession yet. And that is the simple reason why the US will probably continue being the world power country for an extended amount of time, because nobody compared to the US is doing well enough. That is the simple truth. So let's have a look at Ethereum again and see how is Ethereum performing. And then like in the next few minutes, I really need to go home because I need to, I do have a math exam, like I said. So we're currently sitting at 3.5K. If we go to the latest breaking information, we can go to notifications. We can see here, there is not anything new. Okay, there is something new from James. We want to see that. Nope, nothing new from James. Okay, cool. So let me give you a quick roundup, and then I will leave you to it. So let me give you the roundup of everything. We'll do a quick Q&A for 5 minutes after I give you the summary, and then I will head off. So the roundup is Bitcoin bullish. Okay, Bitcoin bullish. Watch my latest TA video for a full breakdown, or watch the stream from the start. You can do both things. I go into TA on the stream, but more so on the video I publish. So let me quickly share you what that video is. So make sure to go ahead and watch it if you've not done so already. It is a very good video. I posted it literally like an hour ago. So it's called Bitcoin Do Not Get Fooled Now. It's basically, we talked about Bitcoin skyrocketing after we break here, and we've done so. But the TA I show here, it's applicable for at least the next 24 hours. So this is the video you want to watch on YouTube, okay? But I will give you a short summary. I won't tell you everything because I need you to watch the video. But basically, consensus is bullish. I'm all in into Bitcoin. We have a historic stochastic RSI crossover, which is bullish, that came in. That is like fantastic. You'll find out why on the video. In terms of the short-term price action, bearish divergence got invalidated. That is beautiful. Bitcoin's at resistance. If we break above, next target for Bitcoin is 71.2K. A lower end target is 68.6K. In terms of Solana, I'm super happy with Solana. I'm taking profits on Solana right now. I entered at $166 and I'm selling after I finish the stream at $183. And that's pretty much it. In regards to Ethereum, Ethereum had breaking news that we had 19B4 approvals coming in. The Bloomberg brothers upped their expectations from 25% to 75% for a chance of Ethereum spot ETFs getting approved. And that's why Ethereum had a huge skyrocketing move. But be careful, this doesn't mean that the Ethereum spot ETFs will get approved. We just will have the 19B4s, then we'll need the S1s. So there is a complicated process, but I'm in an Ethereum long position. I'm not going to close it. I put my stop loss to break even just in case, because if it turns out, remember, 75% chance only, if it turns out it's in the mud, then stuff will go to zero. So I would be careful in managing my risk. And now we can do a quick Q&A, and then I will have to leave you with that. So Coleman Seabolt is saying Doge. Now Doge, I'm super bullish on. You guys know that. If we get rid of Ethereum for a second, we go to Doge USDT, we can see that Doge has not been doing too much on the daily time frame. If we go to the weekly time frame, however, you can see a huge breakout. We were calling this breakout a long time ago. I mean, we had a massive trend line. The OGs would know. We were calling Dogecoin like such a long damn time ago. Like we were talking about it in August of last year. In August of last year, the price of Dogecoin was literally at 0.067. So we have been talking about it for a while. I'm super bullish on Dogecoin. I think we're going to go astronomically high and eventually reach back to the all-time highs, which would be a 263% move from here. Why do I think this will happen? Because Elon has been hinting it so many times. He got X.com. X.com was his first company, which was a finance platform, digital payments platform. The only way he can do that in a modern technological way is through Dogecoin or blockchain technology. So I think it will happen, FYI. So Dogecoin, I'm super, super bullish on, and I am still, to this day, accumulating. But before I end off, again, let's do a quick Q&A. Then I need to head off, have some food, and then study and not sleep tonight so I can make it to the exam. Carl, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it, bro. I really wanted to have James on the show, but unfortunately he didn't reply. I'm sure he's super, super busy, but let's see if I can have him on next time. Will Ethereum correct to 3.4K? I mean, look, it's possible. It's super volatile right now. A correction to $3,400 isn't something massive. It's like it could do that literally right now. So, I wouldn't be too... I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that sort of a correction. Andrew Waller is saying pension funds are FOMOing into Bitcoin. You're right. It's massive because, well, pension funds, they have a strategy of holding for the long term. So when you see pension funds, like a $24 trillion pension fund buying Bitcoin, that is massive because these guys are buying Bitcoin to hold for the long run. They're not paper hands. They're not going to sell. They're not going to sell it as soon as we have a 5%, 10% correction. And that's the great thing. I mean, James was talking about advisor allocations, and advisors right now, they're allocating 1 to 5% of their portfolios, client portfolios, into Bitcoin. And their strategy is sell when it goes up and buy when it goes down. So what you will have is something similar to the gold price chart, because by selling when price goes up and buying when price goes down, you basically stabilize the chart and you reduce overall volatility. So I think, the price of Bitcoin will eventually be similar, and we need to go back in time, like way more gold, if we can go back in time. So eventually, right, even gold is pretty volatile if you look at it. Like gold is also, it looks pretty crazy. It's a pretty good chart. But eventually, the amount of swings in price we will see will reduce with Bitcoin as it becomes a more mature asset. But a very important quote that James mentioned was about the kind of, the fact that Bitcoin is volatile is a feature. It's not a bug. People want to buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin in their portfolios because it's volatile. It creates a hedge against other things. Okay, Carl is saying check me. Okay, let's That's a bit sus, actually, Carl. No, he means medieval empire. So let me quickly have a look at the price of medieval empires, and then I will finish off the live stream. So let's go to MeUSDT. I'm personally an investor, by the way, full disclosure. I'm an investor. I'm a addicted player of the game. So whatever I say will be pretty biased. FYI. Okay, going to the daily time frame. Look, I think the altcoin season is not here. Like, we've not seen the altcoin season yet. And when it arrives, people are going to go absolutely crazy. People will go like mind blown because we've not seen an altcoin season. And when we do see it, all of your top 20 altcoins, they will go up 10x inevitably. We can see Bitcoin dominance dropping like crazy. That means altcoins are currently pumping. But I think most of this is fueled by Ethereum. So I think a big share of this is just Ethereum, not necessarily other altcoins. But going back to my point, I mean, we've seen nothing in all of these tokens, all projects that have good utility behind them, especially good projects that have utility behind them. They will go up 10, 20x from my experience with different bull markets. So if you find a project that's good, they have a game or they have a product, they have a business model, they're producing revenue, they're going to scale, then, I mean, I think it's literally easy money from my perspective. And I think personally, Medieval Empires is one of them. I think the current price is pretty good, honestly, for Medieval Empires. But that's a 1 hour live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's going to be worth doing bad tomorrow on maths. But hey, wish me luck. Guys and girls, take care. Have a great night. And I will see you all on the next video very, very shortly. So guys, thank you so much for the likes. Let's see if we can get up to 400 likes. I think it's not going to be possible, but hey, I'm sure you can surprise me. 400 likes would be crazy. We're currently at 380. But in the meantime, guys and girls, have a great night. Thank you, Adrian, for saying good luck. Means the world. Ali G is also saying good luck. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much. As always, have a great night. Wow, 392. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Let's see. Okay, I'm not going to leave until we hit 400. Suraba gave a like. 399. We're only 1 like away. 1 like away. Can we do it? Can we get 1 like? Angel saying good luck. Thank you so much. And we did it, guys and girls. You're all fantastic. I love you all. Have a great night, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.